Hello and welcome. Today we are back with a car vlog. I'm actually driving on a road that is down the side of a mountain. A few days ago I was driving this, and as you go around these curves, it's very what we call hairpin, which is very sharp curves if you aren't familiar. A lot of them you go downhill into the curve and then up the other side. I was driving through here the other day and a big truck decided to drive this road. I've never seen one on this road before. I don't think there's actually a sign that says no big truck. It is so sharp of turns that they definitely do not need to be on here. They were going down the hill coming towards me, and they were completely in my lane and turned the hairpin curve completely in my lane. I'm talking front of the truck and trailer. Came around the corner and back up the hill in my lane. I slammed on brakes when I saw them coming down the hill. Thankfully, the trees are not fully green right now, or I don't think I would have seen them as quickly as what I did. It was very scary, and it literally happened right here. And I could see them on my side. I almost died. If I had not have slammed on brakes back up that hill where I did, I am very certain I would have been underneath that truck, because when he came around and I had slammed on brakes going down the hill, I could see completely underneath the truck when he looped around. If I had been even 10 foot closer in the curve, the front of the truck would have definitely hit the front of my car. There would have been no way to not. It was very scary. Maybe he was a new driver and he just wasn't familiar with the area. Do your research before you take off to make sure that it is a safe road. There's another road. If you keep going down from this 4-lane and go the other direction, there's no curves like that. There's absolutely none of that kind. It doesn't go along the side of a mountain. It was very scary. So please be aware not only of your surroundings, your driving, but you have to be aware of other people's driving as well. I was shook up for many hours after that. I did call the sheriff's department and told them I had not noticed whether there was a no big truck sign. They didn't know, and they didn't seem like they were really that concerned about it. Anyone coming down the hill on either side of us would have also been involved, because you just can't see on those hairpins. You just can't. So enough of that, but I'm gonna actually talk today about something that I don't normally do. There are a few cases out there that have a lot of people questioning the issues. This one really is kind of all over the place, and I just kind of want to know like your thoughts on this. I am completely aware that there are people all over the world that are missing, and there are people all over the world that need a ton of people out searching for them, trying to help find them and trying to help, bring everything to justice for it. I want to talk about this one case just because I personally have so many questions about what is going on. So I'm sure a lot of you are aware of a lady that is missing in Arizona. Her name is Nancy Guthrie, and her daughter is on national television, probably even international television, to be fair. I'm sure they see her all over the world. Her name is Savannah. This is a lady that is a mother, a grandmother, a widow that lives in a home by herself. She has gone missing. She has been missing for, I believe today is 9 days. There have been some ransom notes sent. I don't know that I completely believe that the ransom notes are even real. I kind of feel like those are just people trying to get money from the situation. So I don't know that I even believe the ransom notes. I wanted to point out a few things that I am uncertain about, and I would love for you to chime in and let me know what you think on this. I want to go back to before she was missing. We're just going to say missing. I'm not going to say kidnapped. I'm not going to say taken hostage. I'm just going to say missing. So let's go back to before Nancy was missing. Nancy had a dog that lived with her, and they were the only two living in this house, if I have all of my facts straight. And if I don't, please let me know. I am trying to put as much together as I can, so I would like to know if you know more than what I know about this puzzle. Nancy had a dog living with her. From what I understand, one of the neighbors has said that the dog died in December. Nancy and this dog lived in this house, and they apparently didn't have any issues in the past, from what I can find. Nancy's dog dies in December, according to the neighbor. Does anyone know for a fact that this dog died in December other than what the neighbors have said? And if so, does anyone know what happened to the dog? Did it die from natural causes? Was it older? Was it younger? Did it have health problems? Does anyone know what happened to the dog after it supposedly died? That's one of the questions that I can't seem to go past. If something happened to the dog, if someone did something to the dog while it was still at Nancy's house, were they planning to do something to her prior to, and so they eliminated the dog before they did anything to her? Is Nancy herself involved in this, and did the dog actually die, but maybe she took the dog somewhere else and just told people that it died? See, this is one of the things that just kind of like starts off with my questioning. And then does anyone know during the holidays, during Christmas and New Year's and Thanksgiving, does anyone know if there was anything odd going on? Were there any issues with other family members? Was Nancy acting normal? Was she stressed out? Did she seem like everything normally does? Was there any emotional or physical things going on prior to this date of her going missing? I have seen where people say they feel like it is a family member that is involved. I have even seen where people said that they think Nancy herself may be involved. So my question is, did she feel unsafe, if she is involved, enough to want to remove herself from her home and her life because she felt like something was wrong? Or was she just tired and wanted to get out of the area or the situation? I have so many questions, as I'm sure a million other people, if not more, do. Everything just kind of seems odd to me. I'm not sure exactly when it goes back to. And I know there is so much out there that is untrue. I know there are a lot of people that are posting stuff that is not true just to try to get like the clickbait and trying to get things stirred up that you don't really know what is true. That's the thing. I want to know truth behind all of this. Like, I don't want this to be, oh, I heard or I saw or I think. I want to know some actual facts. So if you know actual facts, please leave it below. But if you have theories other than this about the dog or about things that happened, if the dog did pass away in December, does anyone know the vet that she used to be able to verify that the dog was unhealthy prior to passing away? Or have any details about it? See, that's one of the things. And do we know, did she bury the dog? Did she have it cremated? Do we know what happened to it after the passing of it? See, these kind of things are the things that I question. I question going back prior to the beginning of what has been put out on national television. So if you know anything or you have questions that I'm not asking, please leave them in a comment and let's talk about this, because I feel like there are a lot more questions out there than what we're seeing. And I feel like there are more answers out there than what we're seeing. I feel like when you have a lot of money, you can put people on your payroll and they can help you to do things like disappear. Whether it's a good side for you to just disappear and get away from stressful events and unhealthy things that it's better for your health for you to disappear, or whether it is not good for you and you disappear and you can never come back. That kind of a disappearance. I do know that things like both of those happen. I just don't know if that is part of what's going on here. But I'm curious. I'm very, very curious. So if you have any thoughts about this whole situation, please sound off below in the comments. I would love to know. I just can't get this out of my head, and I can't seem to move past the pre-missing dates. I can't go past the pre-disappearance dates. I would love to know what you think. Sound off below. And with that being said, have a great day. And remember, we love you.